Good morning. And yes, I need a haircut. I'm getting one tomorrow, so leave me alone about that, please. Now, if you are a Democrat, chances are you didn't bother watching or listening to President Trump's address to a joint session of Congress last night. That continues a partisan trend of more than a decade, according to polls. It was the longest such speech ever for a president, and yesterday I predicted it would be the most contentious ever. I think that's still true, but still it was not as contentious as I thought it might be. Texas Representative Al Green rose early on and wouldn't sit down when denying that Trump had a mandate after Trump said so. Green had to be removed. Democrats called out a lot and held up signs. It was interesting when early on Trump chastised Democrats early on for not applauding him, as if Democrats were very generous when Joe Biden or Barack Obama spoke. I thought there'd be a much more harsher reaction from the Democrats when Trump acknowledged Elon Musk in the gallery, actually wearing a suit and tie. As for the speech, there were two large sections devoted to the border and mass deportations, an area where Trump polls well. It was a major campaign promise, of course. When it comes to the tariffs rattling the economy right now, Trump justified them extensively as necessary and promising more in April. But the levies on all goods coming in from Canada, Mexico, plus more on Chinese imports, are bound to cause some, quote, disturbance, as Trump said, or an adjustment period, as he said. His way of brushing aside the higher prices Americans will face if the tariffs last. Now, much has been made of Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick's comments to Fox yesterday. There might be some tempering of the tariffs soon. That's after 2 days of stock market precipitous drops. Trump gave no hint of that last night. And if he does relent, and today, tomorrow, or sometime soon and lowers the tariffs, he'll have to figure out a way to somehow claim victory. There was relatively short mention of Ukraine, the big news from last Friday, and no mention of the March 14th deadline to avoid a government shutdown. Tax cuts Trump wants from GOP control were expanded to interest payments on U.S.-made vehicles, which, by the way, would naturally contain a lot of parts from Mexico, Canada, and China. There were plenty of half-truths and outright lies in the address. Trump continues to insist the U.S. spent double what it actually has in the war in Ukraine. Plus, he keeps claiming Musk and Doge have found hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud in government waste and fraud in government spending. Of course, even Doge people can't provide any proof of that amount. Michigan Senator Elissa Slotkin delivered an acceptable response for the Democrats, considering the opposing party always gets so little time. Her most memorable comment was asking Americans if they are okay with Musk and Doge looking through all their personal records via the IRS and Treasury Department and Social Security. With ear on the White House, I'm Bob Costantini.